All right, guys, let's talk about how you're gonna nail that postpartum weight loss. So I'm Carly, and I have 7 awesome tips to share with you today on how to jump to the finish line with your weight loss goals. So the first tip I'm gonna share with you is so interesting. There are actually spices and herbs that have been proven to take inches off of your waist, improve your blood glucose, reduce your inflammation, all good things when it comes to weight loss. So these are things like ginger, cumin, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, nutritional yeast, and green tea. And this doesn't have to be a large quantity. You can do as little as 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder per day and see these weight loss benefits. And it's not hard to include them in your salads, your stir fries, your curries, your soups, anything and everything I throw these spices on top of, and it just adds to the flavor and the nutrition. So why not? What I also find helpful for the tea is to keep a large pitcher of cold tea in the fridge overnight. So you let those bags steep for at least 8 hours before drinking the tea, and it is delicious. You just add some lemon and you're good to go. It's very easy to get 3 cups a day when you're adding 12 bags at a time. The second tip that I wholeheartedly stand by is to exercise before breakfast. Now, throughout the night, as you're sleeping, your body is utilizing more and more of those glucose reserves. So by the time you wake up in the morning, you're at that prime period where you can be burning fat as opposed to glucose. So you always want to reach for getting your exercise in before you consume any calories. So at that point in time where your last meal is the farthest away, or you can wait at least 6 hours in between meals to exercise, but who wants to not eat for 6 hours, especially as a new mama? So obviously you're gonna wanna keep this exercise light, having just had a baby. But as you heal, just keep in mind that vigorous exercise is more conducive to weight loss. But for now, just make sure you're getting in something, even some light stretching. Just start that habit early on. And I know this isn't always ideal with a new baby, but what I used to do is incorporate my daughter into my workouts. Like, I would use her as a weight when I would do squats and when I would do sit-ups. And she loved watching me bounce around doing my jumping jacks and my push-ups and such. So you can find different ways to incorporate movement into your day. I even used to wrap her up on my chest and walk with her on the treadmill because it was too cold to go outside yet. So if you don't have access to getting a nice walk outdoors, try to get to a gym and use a treadmill, or even walk around your house with your baby. We used to do that every night anyway to make sure she got to sleep. If these tips are helpful, make sure you check out my full guide on postpartum weight loss. This includes all the major steps you're going to want to include in your weight loss journey. This is actually a video inside of a series, and I'll link the rest of the videos in the description box below. The third tip is to eat the majority of your calories in the earlier portion of the day. Now, we store calories much more efficiently at the end of the day as opposed to the earlier portion of the day. This has to do with our circadian rhythms and our body's natural evolution that has distinguished, okay, it's daytime, the sun is up, I'm supposed to be utilizing these calories for fuel, as opposed to, all right, the sun's going down, my body wants to relax, I'm about to go to sleep, I'm gonna need to store these calories for tomorrow. So the same meal at the beginning of the day is actually more calorically dense if you consume it at the end of the day. Same exact meal, different calorie content based on how your body absorbs and utilizes it. How fascinating, but an awesome tip you can utilize in your weight loss journey. So the fourth tip goes along with this, and it's actually to fast at least 12 hours every day. Now, your cutoff for your meals at night should be at 7 p.m. I prefer more like 5 p.m., but as a new mom, I'm not going to pressure you into such a restrictive pattern at the moment. Just do your best to get your calories in at the earlier portion of the day. That's what counts. And then at least that 12-hour window where you're not getting any nutrition. And this is totally acceptable even if you're nursing. I'm still nursing 2 years in, and I fast with a 6-hour feeding window. So I'm fasting for 18 hours a day, most days. And it has been crucial in my weight loss maintenance after having my baby girl. So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is drink a glass of water before each and every meal. This has a twofold benefit because not only is it filling up your stomach, but it's allowing you to rehydrate because you're likely dehydrated and not actually hungry. You might be mixing up those signals when it comes to dehydration versus hunger, or thirst versus hunger, I should say. So every time you think you're hungry, chug a glass of water and then see if you still need to eat. because 9 times out of 10, I promise you, you're going to be dehydrated, especially if you're nursing. That child is going to suck you dry. So make sure you're taking in your fluids. Number 6 is by far my favorite. It's a whole food plant-based diet. The more plants you include in your diet, the more you're going to lose weight and the healthier you're going to become. It's that simple. So you can eat on a continuum with the plant foods being on this end and the animal foods and the processed foods being on this end. And you can slowly work your way to a plant exclusive diet. But I promise you, the quicker you get here, the quicker you're going to see those results. So something to keep in mind. These are going to be things like nuts, seeds, legumes like beans and lentils, whole grains, fruits and veggies. All my favorite foods. And the more you incorporate them into your meals, the more you will enjoy them as well. Our bodies are incredibly adaptive, including our taste preferences. My 7th tip, I hope wholeheartedly you're already doing, and that's nurse your baby. Nursing is the quickest way to return to your pre-baby weight, and it has so many benefits for your baby, so why not? Nursing burns so many extra calories that you literally have to include 500 additional calories in your diet each and every day to enable to provide that baby with the proper nutrition. That's a lot of extra calories. That's a whole meal. So if you're not nursing, that's totally fine too. Obviously, everybody has a different circumstance, but if you can nurse, make sure you're doing that and do it for the long haul. It's totally worth it. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Make sure you check out that full video on postpartum weight loss. You're gonna walk away learning so much. Your weight loss is going to be a breeze. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.